this is a bad time to tell you that I'm probably going to be indicted soon. So take your last looks. No, welcome back to the podcast, Fake Lips Real Talk, where one of us has fake lips and you have to guess who. I'm joined by my mysterious, illustrious podcast host who got a haircut and is like looking Kevin Federline adjacent.
I did not let you know I was cutting my hair.
Getting that drastic of a brand change without alerting all of your closest friends is a hate crime.
I did wake up and choose violence that day. I did.
Can you go through what you actually did? Like, what did we do, like, formally speaking?
Well, the wild thing was...
I'm so annoyed. You used to have the boy band swoop.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm looking at you.
I had these curls. Here's the thing. I cultivated that hairstyle over like 3 years and finally found the perfect hairstyle for me, for my personality, for everything. It was like, this looks great on my head. And then
you thought, let's ruin it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I went and I filmed a wedding with a friend of mine on Saturday 2 weeks ago. And then Sunday morning I woke up and I was like, we're not only cutting my hair, we're bleaching my hair. It was a change. It was also June 2nd, so it was like Pride Month was in full effect. there was a small amount of influence that I was like, let's just go to the opposite spectrum of what hair and style looks like. And honestly, it's still, I forget. I can see myself now because we're recording, but like, I forget this is what I look like to people when I'm conversing with them. Like, I had dinner with a friend of mine and like, I went to the bathroom and I saw myself in the mirror and I was like, oh God, that's who they've been talking to all night. Cause I'm just not used to it.
You're just not used to like the Florida gay energy.
Are you gonna get gay aunt,
a one hoop?
Like the one dangly?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of like getting a dangly with like a cross, like a
See, here's the thing. Because it's
really
June and because it's Pride, I'm afraid to insult it because then you're going to be able to call me homophobic. And everything I do that you don't like during this month, homophobic.
Yeah. Well, first off, you were born this month, which was not cool. It was not
disrespectful
cool.
at best.
Yeah.
Disrespectful. And I was actually born early.
As a straight person, I don't agree with the fact that you were born in June. So
I will take it one step further. I was born a month early. I was due in July, honey. And I was like, I can hear the Pride Parade. I must eject myself. Get the C-section scissors out, Doc. I'm coming. Hey.
I will not miss this.
There's an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race I must see. Yeah, well, happy Pride to all those who celebrate. And eat shit to those who don't. And
no, we love them. We love everyone.
No, we don't. We don't, Phil. Our brand is not loving everybody.
How can you say I resemble a Florida gay when you're in Florida and I'm in Texas?
Well, okay, the Florida gays are my favorite brand because have you ever been to Key West?
I prefer to stay out of the entire state of Florida.
Well, politically speaking, as you should, it's not safe for you here, but culturally speaking, Key West is where all the elder gays go to congregate. And it is a vision of, what's that movie, The Birdcage?
Mm-hmm.
It's that come to life.
Okay, but in Florida.
But in Florida. Anyway, okay, what are we at today? What are we doing?
You took a trip. I want to talk about this trip you took. You went out of town.
Yeah,
you went to one of my favorite places in Nashville, USA.
And I shall never recover.
And you might never return. Have you been to Nashville before?
Yes, I went one time when I was 19 years old on a fraternity formal.
Okay. You haven't been back to Nashville since you were 19?
And that is quite, I turned 32 yesterday. I know it's really hard to believe because of all the injectables I get in my face. But yes, I haven't been since I was 19. So you do that math. I wish not to.
Okay.
And can I tell you, Nashville girlies, if you're lacking in confidence, I don't know what was in the water. The lighting there is very good. And I had caked on so much makeup and I was just feeling my outfit. I had to fight them off. Mike, you are so lucky that I'm a loyal girl. Every man, I was like, sorry, I'm very happily married, but I have a little sister. So I'm really feeling myself, right? But this is the best part of the evening is I am like on cloud nine. I'm like, I'm never leaving because I think that I'm Gigi Hadid. Is that how you say her name? Gigi Hadid.
Sure, we'll
Gigi
go with
Hadid.
it, yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm Giselle Bundchen.
You
I'm
said
Kendall Jenner.
Hadid, and I'm not gonna respond to that at all. Just continue on.
I'm Kendall Jenner. I'm Kim Kardashian. I am all the things. I'm Kate Upton. I'm every woman, right?
Yeah.
I feel as though I'm in the movie I Feel Pretty. And then all of a sudden a man comes up to me and I'm prepared. I'm ready to be like oh no, sorry, I'm very happily married, which by the way, saying
You're
you're married.
preparing your rejection.
Oh, I'm preparing. I'm like, oh, here
Yeah.
he comes.
Yeah.
Here he comes. I'm winding up. Right.
Okay.
And by the way, I don't just say I'm married. I say I'm very happily married because anybody can be married, but telling them you're happily married, that's another level of loyalty that I like to exhibit. So I'm preparing myself ready. I'm kind of brushing and he leans in with a big smile and I'm like, here it comes. Here it comes. And then he goes, those are the worst dance moves I've ever seen. And I wanted to fall into the floor. For personal reasons, I will be starting a new life in Costa Rica.
You don't need to start a new life. It was in Nashville. You just have to never return again. It's almost like getting a warrant in another state. Like, that's cool. I'll just never return now.
I can never return. Well, I was dancing to Footloose. And have you ever seen anybody have my feet were loose? Have you ever seen anybody like have chill dance moves? Like you can't to Footloose. You're really we had a kick
You either have to
line.
go for it or you probably need to move.
I was full send. In that moment, I was Kevin Bacon in Footloose. Like I really was feeling it. And he leans in. He was very tall, right? And I'm about 5'5". He leans down, he's smiling. I'm like, oh, yes, another boy. Oh, but here's the thing, too. The young boys. One boy came up to me. I was like, sorry, I'm married. But just out of curiosity, how old are you? Born in the year 2002. Wasn't around when the Twin Towers fell. Osama bin who? I'm like, sir, I'm going to need you to, oh my God, I need an eye cream.
2000 and what?
And a supplement for my bones because I'm about to get osteoporosis any moment. Sir, I'm from the 1900s. I'm from the 1900s. This is a different, I was like, I need to go home. I don't know how I got here, but I need to go home. And I was so happy to come home and see my husband and children, but I will be rubbing in Mike's face that a man from the year 2002, just found me precious and darling. So
do you think he was trying to flirt in a like, I'm gonna roast you in a little bit from your dance moves? Do you think that was his like intent?
Oh, was that a line?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Here's the thing, like people say confidence is, one of the hottest qualities. You're out there full send at Footloose. That man's not reading confidence. He's reading bad dance moves. I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. I don't think it tracks.
Wait a second. This is my favorite romance novel trope. Enemies to lovers. Enemies to lovers.
Disrespectful insults to
disrespectful as a way to be like kind of hot. Was that a line?
It might.
Never mind. I take it back. Everybody loved me.
Everyone loved you. It was a romantic roasting.
That's gorgeous. And honestly,
if a 6-foot man walked over and was like, "Those are the worst dance moves I've seen," that's full flirt. That's full flirt.
I am such a dummy. I was so embarrassed. I literally was like, and you're right. But I'm having the time of my life. And then I carried on. I just kind of jumped away from him and they started playing The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And I could kick down a door. I was the most Blakely, whoever Blakely. Like I was in my pure element.
You were like, sir, if those were the worst dance moves, The Devil Went Down to Georgia is on. Wait till you see what's coming next.
And you're going to watch me rap the whole bit too. And I'm going to air fiddle this.
Not the air fiddle.
I play the air fiddle.
I have issues with air guitar, air fiddle, really any air music.
I aired
as a
every
dance
bit
move.
of
Air
that.
drums. We should. Your Irish roots are showing.
I was doing a jig. I swear to God, my glutes the next day because I was just jumping.
You went with, there was 3 generations, right? Y'all all went. No, just 2, just your mom and you and your sister.
So my parents, me and my sister, but my sister is 12 years younger than me. And this was the first time ever we'd ever done an adult thing together. So we went to a bar.
There's almost a generation gap there.
Kind of. Yeah. Like when she was little, everybody thought I was a teen mom when I'd like take her around and I'd be like, I'd kind of just lean in a little bit. I'd lean in a bit. But this is the first time we ever hung out like on as peers and she's out there and she's doing shots and I'm like, that's that's my
Yeah, you're a
baby.
child. You're a child. Slow down.
Yeah, but then the man from 2002, and I'm like, I've got somebody here more appropriate for you because you don't want the geriatric version. You want the Gen Z. So
Yeah.
it actually ended up working out pretty well. And gosh, she was so darling and cute. And I was watching 20-year-old me. And I was like, please, thankfully, she's so much more pure and better than me. But I'm like, please don't do anything I did. Please don't do anything I did. And I'm still recovering. I had the best time of my life. Although I came back and I was so happy to see my children, of course. I was about to send for them and be like, I'm never coming home. This is the best place on earth. So highly recommend. I did run into a bachelorette party and they invited me to a male strip club,
Mhm.
a variety show called the Hunky Tonk. I did not go because that's not really my brand. But
Yeah.
if any of you have been to the Hunky Tonk and you have stories, I'd like you to write in. Please find me in my DMs. I want to know what
I feel like
that
lots of
situation is
boots,
like.
chaps probably happen.
Do you think a lot of
Um,
hairless bodies, or is
no,
it
I'd probably say a majority of hairless bodies. Sure.
like but they're all gay, right?
No,
That's what I hear. At
no.
Chippendales, most of the men are gay. No man who looks that good is straight
Honky
because
tonk,
straight men don't care.
honky tonk in Nashville. We need to get to the bottom of this. But here we are, centering sexuality. Here we are. They're just
Is that
hot bodies. Can we
you?
just look at the hot bodies?
No, because I need to know whether they're. I need to know. I demand to know. Phil told me when I said happy pride to him and I was like, from your favorite ally. And he's like, you can't call yourself an ally. That's like giving yourself a
It's like
nickname.
giving yourself a nickname. Yeah. Like you can say I work towards allyship, but like other people have to say you're a good ally or not. You can't just come in and be like, I'm a great ally. It's like, well, I'll ask your mom. Like, you know,
I'll ask your mom.
just go straight to the parents. Let
Just
me
go
check
straight
with
to
your,
Muffy.
I'm gonna call your dad. Like, let me check with your parents and see about that.
You don't
Yeah,
you
it's like
don't
a
want to
nickname.
do
You
that.
can't give yourself a nick. You can't call yourself a humble person. Other people have to call you a humble person.
Right. And I would never call myself a humble person.
You would never. Absolutely.
Would
Humility was
never.
not a trait that either of us were born with.
No, I have just pure delusion. I also found a girl who complimented my outfit. She's like, you're slaying. And oh my God, I was feeling myself a compliment from a girl. Please. And then I'm like, oh, well, if you want the links, you can follow me. I have a little Instagram. And she's like, great. And she follows me. She's a country singer and has like 300,000 followers.
Everybody wants fun people to follow.
I was like, oh, you can follow me because like I actually kind of do Instagram. She was taking bands at a thing, and so never, and it goes to show don't
I love how
think
you
too highly of
converted that.
yourself.
I don't think I've ever converted a person in real life to an Instagram follower. Like, hey, I'm online. You can follow me if you want.
Well, you
And,
better get ready because I'm going to be like, listen to the podcast and then send it to 10 people you know.
I did
No,
get recognized. I did get recognized one time in Austin. Someone said, "Hey, you look really familiar," and I was like, I probably just have one of those faces." And they were like, "No, I think I've seen you on Instagram. I've seen you on Reels." And I was like, "What? Say
the
what?"
only time I've been recognized from my Instagram, I was at a hotel with the kids and Mike over Christmas time. And I am yelling at them,
Mhm.
like gritting my teeth, getting the like, you had better behave or I will call Santa.
I
Like
swear to God.
I had that one of those, when
Mhm.
Kate Middleton got caught like yelling at George and Charlotte, I had that look on my face. And all of a sudden I hear fake lips, real talk. And I'm like, because there's about to be a Reddit page
Because
started
they
about
only
me.
know. Here's the thing: they only know your screen name. Like,
Right. They don't even know my name.
yeah,
Blakely,
I don't
who?
remember most of the people that I follow, their real names. I got to go
Me
look them up
neither.
because it's like if I engage with them, it's drilled through my brain their username, not their actual government name.
I would not be offended at all if somebody referred to me as fake lips, real talk. And they did. And I just thought to myself, fuck, because and now the kids, it was warranted. And I wasn't like, I was just, I was doing the behave yourself or we are going to, but like, great. My brand is joy and it's like Ellen DeGeneres secretly being a dick behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a new segment called 911. What's your emergency? And Phil and I are going to go over things that are like wet sand in my underwear. And this week, I'm talking about dog people, and I'm not talking about all dog people. I'm talking about a very specific kind of dog person, a very specific kind. And what brought this up for me is that I went to the mall. I went to a Nordstrom to buy a sensible loafer.
A
And Mitzi,
sensible loafer at a Florida
a
mall.
sensible loafer
Paint
in
the
a
picture
Florida
for me.
mall.
Okay.
I'm in Boca Raton. I've driven to another town to go to a gorgeous mall.
All right.
Boca Town Center. If you're ever looking for a beautiful mall experience, there's a Cartier, there's a Louis Vuitton, there's a Gucci. It smells expensive, honey. I'm just going to the Nordstrom. I need a loafer. And Mitzi, the Shih Tzu, kneels and pees on the marble floor in a Nordstrom. Diabolical. And the worst part, oh, I'm sweating. The worst part was the husband to the wife who had the dog looked prepared for Mitzi, the geriatric Shih Tzu, to pee on that floor because he had a whole bag with his wet wipes packed.
Ready to go.
Thankfully, he's wiping it up. But I'm thinking to myself, Mitzi, the fucking Shih Tzu doesn't want to be here. She wants to be at home in her condo on the cold tile floor. I have a question for dog people. Why are you bringing your dog everywhere? They're not babies. You can leave them alone. Nothing's going to happen. And they don't want to go. You have them in a stroller and they're like, what the fuck am I doing in a stroller? Strollers are for babies. There's no,
Are they,
what was
are
the
they
reason?
safe to be left home though? Because they are infantilized.
Exactly.
So if they leave them at home, are
Exactly.
they tearing up your house? Or they?
No,
There's
you're
a
not
different. I feel like there's a deciding difference between Austin dog owners and Florida dog owners. So like this like peeing in a Nordstrom. This is wild.
That's South Florida dog. And I feel like it's particularly rampant in South Florida. Like the women use their dogs kind of as accessories, but they're whole ass animals.
Sure.
And so I'm sitting at the Capitol Grill having a glass of Merlot and a little bit of an oyster situation. And I look to my right and there's a woman with a big Louis Vuitton purse and the dog has its little head sticking out. For what? I'm very sorry.
Just shaking.
Just shaking because he's like,
I don't want to be home.
I don't want to be here. And I'm like, honey, I know you don't want to be here, but your owner is so selfish that she wouldn't leave you at home. And I love dogs. Please, this is a pro dog podcast.
Yeah,
I love the dogs.
This is more than like Grouch in the trash can. This is like, I was born to be fabulous and I'm in a handbag. I'm literally being carried around in a handbag.
There are dog-friendly places all over the place. I see a dog at a cafe. I'm not mad. You're coming in and out. No big deal. What the fuck is Mitzi the Shih Tzu doing at Nordstrom? I'm so angry about it. Oh my God. I'm like, you just peed on the floor next to Charlotte Tilbury. I'm trying to try on a little bit of pillow talk.
It's the respect for other people, but it's the respect for your dog as well. Like if you don't respect the dog, you treat it like an infant. If you respect the dog, you're like, this is a dog. And here's the thing: is like we're both animal lovers. We both love animals. We're not anti-dog.
I'll
You
pet
just have to
every
respect
good boy.
it.
I'll pet every good boy that I see. Every good boy gets a pet. Like my mom's not a dog person. She doesn't like dogs. So you're bringing your dog. What about people who are allergic? Stop bringing your dog places. Your dog belongs at home. Love your dog. Treat your dog so well. Leave your dog at home. Thank you.
And if you have a dog, this is what I'll wrap up on. If you have a dog at home that is not trained, there is a high chance people will not want to come to your house and not come visit you and will be like, oh, I'm busy that week. Because I've seen it happen a lot, which is like, it's not you. It's the fact that I don't want to come over and have a dog all over me. Like,
or people who don't like clean the dog hair. And then I'm like, I know that I'm going to leave and there's going to be dog hair all over my shirt. And I'm really.
That's the life you live now. That's the life.
I'm not into it. Would you put money on my books if I went to prison?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Does it depend what I did?
Probably.
What if I did like a gorgeous crime, like white collar?
What's a gorgeous crime? What's a chic crime?
A chic crime is a scam, like an Anna Delvey.
Yeah. Like tax evasion, super chic.
So chic. Like if they're making a documentary about you and you've committed a white collar crime, I'm going to be like, well, you know how they're always like, well, he was really intelligent and he just did the most. That's what I'd be saying about you. I'd be like, I knew him really well. You want to say
hottest crime just from sheer title? Embezzlement. Embezzlement is the hottest crime. If it's like, if you see Philip Danger embezzlement, it's like, oh, that's hot. It's just the word itself. It's just the word itself. Embezzlement.
Okay. Not a sexy crime. Not a sexy crime. Armed robbery.
What are we doing?
Assault
and battery. It already sounds it just like not fun.
No, no.
Yeah.
And
Turn off.
why?
Turn
For
off.
what? For what? Obviously, there are all of the like forbidden sins that we don't even have to mention, but like, yeah, I guess embezzlement, fraud, like fraud is kind of like
See,
gorgeous. Tax
fraud
evasion
doesn't
for
read as
me is
hot for me.
gorgeous. Tax evasion is a
Embezzle, it's
victimless
something about
crime.
we're too close to bedazzle, and it's just embezzle is the
Embezzle,
top of my.
bedazzle,
It's
it's
top
the
tier.
hottest.
Yeah.
Well, okay, tax evasion is a victimless crime because what are you doing? Hurting the government? You mean that
We're already being taxed on the
morally
tax on the
bankrupt
tax. So yeah.
institution? Right. So yeah, sure, commit tax fraud. I
How
don't
dare
care.
they give me a credit score?
Literally, literally.
So you're taking money. Okay. Yeah. That says tax evasion's good.
Would you put money on my
Yeah.
books? Would you come visit? I don't look that good in khaki.
I'd write a
And
letter.
also,
I'd write a letter. I'd write you letters. Yeah,
what would
everybody
I
needs
do?
letters. Like
What would I do
handwritten
about
letters? Come on, get out. That's hot.
what
That's
would I do about
supportive.
my
That's
roots?
emotionally stable.
Wait, no, I can't commit a crime. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to wait to embezzle because like I
Why?
can't because I'm fully gray now. And like I can't have
You can't
no.
get color in prison? They don't
From
have
who?
salon in
From
prison?
where? What are they
There's
doing?
got to be
Mixing
a black
ketchup?
market for color in
No,
prison.
they've
Come
got,
on.
well, first of all, they've got do they have contour in prison? Like, what, am I going to get Botox? My lip filler.
I feel like Orange is the New Black probably answered a lot of these questions for us, and we just skipped right past it.
What am I going to do if they don't have Juvederm? I'm going to be
This is
ugly,
actually the
Phil.
biggest. This is
I'd
actually
actually
the
rather go
biggest.
to death row. Would you say?
That actually makes sense. See if we had a
Yeah,
producer,
no.
they would answer this question for us.
Yeah, we could. I'm going to yell at the nameless producer. Producer,
Yeah.
tell us. Are you Googling?
Yeah, I need to know if
So
you
what
can
have
get
we?
lip filler in prison.
Do you want to know something else that I Googled this week that I actually Googled? Like I dead ass needed to know.
What did we
And
Google this week?
I Googled, do other animals use other positions? As in, can tigers do it missionary style? And this was the research that
Based off of doggy style. Okay, I see where we're going here.
right. Because I'm like, we've got it going revert. We have all the things. We put it in reverse. We flip it and reverse it. And I ended up finding that different primates, like chimpanzees, etc., use sex in exchange for favors. So there are literally hooker monkeys.
Yeah.
And dolphins have sex for pleasure. So I know
well,
we would not be able to go another day without knowing that.
Dolphins generally explore with their they use it as an exploring tool as well. So it's like dolphins are some of the smartest. They're pretty high up there.
I'm still
if you
stuck
could be
on
born
hooker
as
monkeys.
a dolphin, be born as a dolphin is all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, unfortunately.
Just imagine being the most proficient animal at exchanging sex for goods. Like you've got a pimped out crib, you got all the latest bling, you get your eyebrows did. Like you are well off in the animal kingdom. You just come across this like pimped out place, and it's like, how good was this?
What are they exchanging sex for? Bananas?
I don't. There's got to be a hierarchy of items.
I have a picture I have 2 picture frames over here. My husband won't do it. He won't even do it for sex anymore. I've outgrown the chimpanzee's phase of our marriage.
I'm just saying.
For money, no, but like
this sex work has been around since the dawn of time, is what I'm hearing.
It has.
So
all respect for chimpanzees. I hope they're getting paid the bananas they deserve. Anyway, did you Google it? Can you have lip filler?
I didn't find anything on first, but I did. There was a response from an inmate that said, if you want plumper lips, we can just kick you in the face.
Oh.
So I don't feel like that's an appropriate data point.
So I'm going to be ugly, which isn't going to bode well for me in prison, because in prison, I kind of need to be pretty, if you know what I'm saying.
Is it a commuted sentence where you do it in another place? I feel like we should probably research the prison system a little bit more before we talk about any of this. I don't feel like we have enough information.
Well,
You're
they
still
can
worried about the
listen.
contour.
No, the contour I can make. I'm handy. But you know what? Incarcerated people can listen um to podcasts. They now have these iPads that they give out. I know this because I listen to Ear Hustle. They give out iPads to inmates so that they can listen to podcasts. So right now, we could have somebody from name a prison
Mm-hmm.
listening
Mm-hmm.
in. And that to me, if there's any community I'd really love to reach, it would be the incarcerated population.
Okay.
If you're listening and you're incarcerated, I will put money in your books. Send me a line. Find
Yeah,
some, I
reach
don't
out.
know how
I'd love to
you,
write a letter.
Phil has a lot of time
It's
and
according to what you did, though. It's according to what you did.
he,
I have a
he
hierarchy.
is,
Did anyone out there listening embezzle money? I'm more
if
than
so,
interested.
please contact me. No,
It's possibly just because I'm personally probably
this
interested in
could be the
embezzling money.
start of
That
like
makes
a love
sense.
story for you. Like, what if you find your person and he or she is
Is it embezzler?
just did a little bit of embezzling.
I wanted to just play. I want to play with a little bit of embezzling. Um, it's on my cards. I should put it on the wall. I have a list of things that I want to do before I die. I should put it in embezzling. It seems like it's like climb Count Kilimanjaro, climb mountain
Mount
Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro,
and embezzle money. It seems like
visit the Eiffel Tower,
these
see
are small
Niagara
things.
Falls, embezzle money.
Like Niagara Falls is probably lower on the
Well,
list
okay,
these
then
days.
remind me to keep whenever this podcast starts making money, remind me to keep extra close eye on the bank account because
That's true.
apparently Phil's going to embezzle from our very mediocrely successful podcast.
Okay, we have the next segment, which I like to call "Is It a Cult?" This is a segment where we choose a topic every episode, and we decide: is this a cult? Is this not a cult? Or are they just doing culty things? And you have one that you've thought up this week for us.
I have my first is that I'd like to introduce is cold plunging.
Ooh.
Now I know it has its health benefits. I've read the things you freaks are posting, but
The science is irrefutable.
the science, it seems to be there. Also, what are you running from? I guess it's better than heroin. Like, I guess.
Have you ever done a cold plunge?
No,
Or
I
cold
did
therapy?
the thing. Okay, the only thing I ever did because it said it was good for anxiety. So during a panic attack, I filled up a salad bowl with ice and I just stuck my face in it.
Yeah.
I stuck my face in it. I ruined my makeup. It didn't help the panic attack. I'm still anxious. But I presume that you have to do it for more than like a millisecond in order for it to be effective. So I think I was just having a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I can't really say that I've ever truly done it. What I do actually is before I get out of the shower, to lock in the moisture from my conditioner. This is not for my health. This is for vanity. I turn the shower to really, really cold and I will stand there for like 30 seconds. And it's supposed to help you like lock the conditioner you've just put in your hair.
Makes sense.
Instead of rinsing it out with hot water, you want to rinse it out with cold water. Does that count?
Sure. Cold therapy across the board, scientifically, has its place. Has its cold plunging as well, which is once we get into like the culty, feeling slightly culty of them. Cold therapy, you only need like 15 to 20 minutes a week of cold like therapy. So
Okay.
you don't need any more.
I'm looking up characteristics of a cult.
And these, yeah, because that way it'll define perfectly for you.
Yeah, because then what we'll do is we'll go through and see if it meets them.
Night, every single day.
And also who want you to do it too and can't shut the hell up about it.
And who need to post about it and who get together with other people and then do it there. I'm all for getting hobbies. I'm all for building community. It's just at the sacrifice of every other thing. Cult therapy is a wonderful addition to my regime as well.
Oh, so you do. So you're in the cult. You're in the cult.
I don't.
You're a member. Do you also do CrossFit?
No, but CrossFit is a culty.
But the Venn diagram between people who cold plunge and the people, it's all broken people who are trying to find something.
What are we running from?
What are we running from? You're filling the void. Okay,
a hot shower. Most of us a hot shower.
No, you can't take my hot shower away from me. I
Also,
don't
here's
care
the
how
issue I
unhealthy
have
I
with cold
am.
plunges. Okay, you have one, unless it's a very, very good, these events that they do, you're jumping into freezing cold water that also like 30 people have also gotten into, that usually just finished some sort of workout and are sweating. So it's like and they'll dunk under, like full face under the ice and water. And it's like, I love my skin too much to be
But it's
doing that
also, it's like
to it.
they act like they've found something miracle and magical. It's like, honey, we were all doing that. Didn't you have that room near the track and field office where there was like a PT guy who made you, if you had like a sore muscle, he'd make you sit in the cold water? Or
Mhm.
did I just go to a bougie high school?
You went to a bougie high school, sure.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. You found cold water. Congratulations. Like, shut up. It's like vegans. It's like everybody has to make what they're doing their personality.
So what's
Okay,
the
these are the
classification of a cult? Let's rate it
the
on like a 1 to 5.
first is authoritarianism. And I would say that it kind of has this because people who do it feel like they're like, I know better than you.
There's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. So we've got the
Right. So
authoritarianism
we've
figured out.
got, and there has to be, there's usually a charismatic leader. And I wouldn't
Always.
say that there's one significant leader, but like the guys on Instagram who are like super pumped up and they're like, let me show you
Mm-hmm.
how to live and be an
Mm-hmm.
alpha. You
Yep.
just got to put your whole body in some cold water and be a
So it's
man,
almost like a bunch of
bro.
mini cults. So
Yeah.
we're
And I'm
two out
just
of
like,
five already.
I don't trust you that you're not going home and beating your wife. I'm sorry. There's too much testosterone up in there. The next one is isolation. Cults may isolate members from the outside world and discourage contact with family members. I don't think that it meets that. But the next one, it does extremist beliefs. Cult members may hold dogmatic and extreme beliefs that they are afraid to question.
Yeah. I mean, like, can we stop? Is that okay? Is it allowed to stop cold plunging?
In a cult, you're not allowed to leave. And they probably
Yeah.
tell you, like, okay, well, cold plunging works. And if you stop, your anxiety is going to come back. Your muscle pain is going to come back. So
So
do
now
you
you're stuck
really,
in the cycle.
do you feel like you can actually leave us because you're nothing without us?
Now you need one at home. Now you got to get your family and friends in on it. Come
And
over for dinner. Do you want
hostility.
to do a little plunge beforehand?
Hostility is the last one. Cults may be hostile to non-members. There is no meaner person than somebody who's on their health journey. They are suddenly so much better than you. They know everything better than you. They will not shut up about how everything that you're consuming is terrible. It's the microplastics, it's the red dye 40, it's the Diet Coke, it's the Botox.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell these people respectfully, back up 700 steps. I'm so happy for you that you've cured whatever you had going on. Like, please stop telling me about it because
I feel like there's a sliding scale of support. So when you first enter your health journey, it's like good for you to be the best you. We love it. We love to see it. But then it's like now I'm in the gym 5 days a week. Now I'm running half marathons. And it's like, good for you. Live your best you life. Notice the tone change. Then it's marathons. Then it's Ironmans. Then it's cold plunges every week. And then it's like, good for you. Live your best life.
do you want to
The
know why that
support
is?
slides away. The support slides
You
away
know what?
very
I
quickly.
think, do you want to know why that is? It's because the healthier you get, the less interesting you are. Like the things I love about my friends are their brokenness. Like
Mhm.
if they
Yeah.
have the cracks in them, we like can bond over. I think that's why people hate. Like I don't drink a ton, and whenever I go out and I'm not drinking, people are like, "Oh, what a buzzkill!" I'm like, "Oh, because you want me to be as broken as you."
Yeah. Taco Bell at 1 a.m. Like
There
that's
is
what,
no better part when you hit the point of marriage when like a real bond of intimacy is when you both look at each other and you know what junk food the other person
yeah.
is thinking about ordering and
Yeah.
you're thinking about sitting there and eating it with them. There's no better bonding activity. So when somebody has gotten to a point of such health and wellness, you're looking at them, you're like, I can't bond with you anymore over there's nothing
I need to
interesting
be a
left in
broken
you.
human with you. It's like when you look at each other and you go, trash food run? And it's like trash food run.
Thank
Yeah.
you. There's no
That's
better
what
the
no, and it's like
human
what's the
experience is
alternative? Hey,
bonding.
you want to hang out? Yeah, let's go run 5 miles. What? No, I don't want to do that. Hey, you want to hang out? Let's cold plunge. Brother in Christ, I'm not going to cold plunge with you.
No, don't ask me. Be like
Hey, just real quick, what are you running from?
We don't have enough time left in the podcast.
We'll be right back.
That will be on our Patreon episode, and you will have to pay a lot of money. No. What am
That's
I
the title
running
of our
from?
new podcast, Coffee. What are you running from?
Existential dread, the weight of my own decisions,
Feeling my own feelings. That's always mine.
the aging process, my own thoughts. Really, what aren't I running
Existing.
from? Like being alone with myself. So
It's really the
really the
entire point,
way
the entire point of this podcast, which is like we didn't get a decision of being here, so now y'all have to deal with us as well.
there's a great Irish meme I saw that said, "Can't win a tenner off a scratch off, but can win this shite existence." And when my mom called me yesterday to say happy birthday, I was like, you dumb bitch. You had to just get in bed with the Irishman. And now I'm here making people sometimes giggle on the internet. Well done, Muffy. Well done. Anyway, okay, I think that's all from us. Please rate, review, subscribe so we can continue disappointing our families. And we love you so much, and we'll see you next week.